Hello everyone, Tim Game here, and today I have the pleasure of bringing you my review of Grand Theft Auto 5. And the reason why I've decided to bring the review out now is because last week I went round a friend's house, I took my PS3 and I completed Grand Theft Auto 5. So I've done the game, I've done about 80% of the random missions, you know. I've played a lot of the online which has come out, so now I feel I'm in a position to accurately judge how good this game is. And I have to say, you know, I absolutely adore this game. GTA has been one of my favourite game series for as long as I can remember. I can remember going around my friend's house after primary school to play the 2D versions of GTA, you know, back on the original PlayStation, and loving them. And from that point, I've always loved Grand Theft Auto. I've played all of the games since then. I've completed every one since GTA 3, and for me, this is right up there with all of them. I absolutely love this game. You know, the things that make GTA good for me, and the reason why this gaming series is so special, is that the total immersion. You know, this isn't just a linear on-rail shooter or a mindless action game. You know, this is a life simulator, and that's what I absolutely love about it. You know, because the characters in GTA have progressed so much. I mean, when you look at Grand Theft Auto 3, when your main character didn't even have a voice, and then you went to Vice City, and Tommy Vercetti, who was just this absolute maniac, you know, this clueless maniac who just went and killed people for the sake of it. And now you've got to this point where there's three characters, they are each their own unique person, they always, you know, develop, and the character progression is just phenomenal in this game. And I absolutely love that. You know, for me, Grand Theft Auto is never just about ploughing through the storyline as fast as possible. I always like to take my time and appreciate the game, appreciate the surroundings, and just, you know, enjoy the story. I never just plough through. That's why it's taken me this long to complete. Because for me, a lot of the joy of GTA is just, you know, driving around, experiencing the map, exploring, going to different parts that you've never been before and just seeing what's there, trying to find cool cars, trying to, you know, go to the airport and steal a jumbo jet or whatever. And, you know, for me, GTA definitely gets that absolutely right. The scenery, the whole, you know, area, all the things you can do are just magnificent. And I've been playing Grand Theft Auto now for over a month, and I'm still going to bits of the map where I've been hundreds of times and finding new things. And this is what I love about the Grand Theft Auto series, and 5 certainly captures that. But in addition to this, like I've just briefly touched on, the characters are absolutely incredible. Once I saw that there were going to be 3 main characters in GTA, I was a little bit concerned because I wasn't sure how they were going to do it. But for me, they've pretty much nailed it. I love the way you can pretty much seamlessly switch between them, and they'll just be going about their ordinary lives. So you'll stumble on Michael and he'll be having a nightmare and he'll just wake up screaming from bed, or Franklin will just be driving around in his car with a radio on, or Trevor will be, you know, in one of his drunken, drugged up, you know, sprees, and you'll find him slumped against a wall, just been thrown out of a club or whatever. And I absolutely love that. You know, this is exactly what GTA is about for me. It's about that immersion, it's about the experience. It's not just about the mindless action or the, you know, on rails bits. It's always about exploring, going out there, seeing how the characters develop, and I love how GTA 5 has been set up. Also, I really like the way they've changed the mission structure a little bit. The heists were very, very good for me. I know a lot of people have said that, you know, the whole sort of picking the way you go about it was a little bit overhyped in the build-up. But for me, I still really, really enjoyed it. I enjoyed being given the choice of how to do missions, and it just gives this game even more replayability. Because you can go back and do the main missions in a completely different way. And admittedly, you know, the hiring of the goons to help you out, there's not really any incentive to hire anyone terrible, because there's only a finite number of heists, and you might as well just pick the guy who's, you know, the best for the amount of money he's going to charge for you and just help you get through. But I still like the choice. I love the mission variety. There's a couple of missions where you just sit there and think, what am I doing here? The one that immediately springs to mind is one of Trevor's missions, where you basically move crates around the dockyard, and that is the mission. You just sit there thinking, what am I doing? Only GTA could get away with this. But for every slightly slow-paced moment, there are 20 moments which are just incredible. The final mission, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but that is just awesome. When you storm the government buildings in another heist as well, that is just another incredible mission. You go from incredible mission to incredible mission, and you have all of these characters who are all unique and believable people. You know, they're not just caricatures of, you know, a stereotypical, you know, villain or a gangster. This was one of the things that, you know, the older GTAs have. They always followed like the sort of same pattern. There was this average mobster slash gangster starting out from the bottom and trying to kill his way to the top, and that was the basic plot arc of a GTA. Just look at GTA 3 with a guy with no voice, Tommy Vercetti, even, you know, CJ to a lesser degree, starting out at the bottom trying to battle his way to the top. And you do have a little bit of this with Franklin. But the combination of Michael, you know, the experienced bank robber who's cut a deal with the government and now he's getting back into the game, and Trevor, his lunatic best friend, you know, the interaction between these three guys really does make it so much more interesting. And that interaction in the main missions is brilliant as well. The fact that you can repeatedly switch between characters to get their different views. One particular mission which I loved was when Franklin was in a helicopter providing sniper support, and you keep flicking back between him and Michael to covering each other. You know, it was just glorious. I absolutely love it. You know, 95% of this game, in my opinion, is pretty perfect. You know, this is the best way to send off this current generation of consoles. It really is a magnificent game. If I was being ultra critical, I'd say that, you know, the heists could have been done better, because, you know, I still really enjoyed them, but they could have been made incredible. You know, Rockstar have the ability to make, you know, missions which are incredible and have so many different options. You know, they show that through the rest of the game. So I would have loved to have seen a few more heists in the game with a few more options. You know, it was great being able to pick which way to tackle it, but it still was just a little bit, right, pick mission A or pick mission B, and there's no real variety between them. Even if you pick, you know, an absolutely terrible crew, all you're going to be doing is trying to get away in a slightly worse car, or you're trying to do the mission with a slightly worse weapon because your gunman's rubbish. You know, the core mission is pretty much identical. So if they'd have, you know, expanded the heists more and given you even more choice, that would have been incredible. But I suppose that's being a little bit greedy. For me, just the city is beautiful. I mean, just look at the gameplay here with me driving around. It's just awesome. When you just walk in the streets and you hear people's conversations on the phone, and then you see a police car drive past after someone they're after, and they have a gunfight in the middle of the street, and just how people react. And, you know, it's just a magnificent environment. It's so varied. Again, when I saw the map first get spoiled about 3 or 4 days before the game was released, and I only saw one city, I was a little bit disappointed, because one of the main reasons why I love San Andreas so much was the map. You know, you had the 3 main cities with that massive expanse of wilderness and forest and desert in between them, and the travelling and all of that stuff was just brilliant. But I love the variety of the city. I love the way they've done the map. It really is fantastic. So I can't complain at all. As well, the online mode is just so fun. It really is fun. And I know Rockstar have had a little bit of criticism for making, you know, it a little bit too hard to make money and trying to encourage people to buy the GTA dollars. But for me, again, I don't play GTA Online so I can make millions and millions of dollars in a day and just get a fast car and tazz around the place. I play this game because I really do enjoy it. I just enjoy the immersion, the environment, the fact that you can just do whatever mission you want. I mean, you can just set your own race up on the map. It's just an online mode where everything you could ever want to do within this world you can. I mean, you can challenge someone to a game of tennis if you want. I mean, this is just only in GTA would this be possible. So, in conclusion, I have to say that it probably is my favourite GTA of all time. And that's a hard thing for me to say, because I've loved pretty much every GTA I've played. I mean, 4 perhaps wasn't as good as the others in my opinion, but that was still a phenomenal game. But GTA 5, it just brought in so many new and cool things. It executed so much of it brilliantly. And just the characters, the world, just the story was awesome. I absolutely love this game. If you haven't played it, I cannot recommend it strongly enough to you. I know a few of you guys might be waiting for it to come out on PC, which is fair enough. You may be waiting a little bit of time. Unfortunately, Rockstar are always a bit notorious for never really planning PC release dates or getting them months out after the original console release. But just play it. I cannot recommend this more. I enjoyed every single second I've spent playing this game, and I'm definitely going to continue playing it. I'm going to play online. I'm going to go back into my single player and make sure I've completed everything. And in a couple of months down the line, I'm probably going to go and do a different story and pick all the different heist options and do loads of different choices so I can see the variety in the missions even more. So guys, thank you for listening. That's the end of my video. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about GTA, because for me it's a brilliant game, and I'd love to see what you guys think and whether you agree with me. But once again, thank you so much for watching. Really hope you've enjoyed the video, and as always, have a great day.